inside, and a guest found dead with no signs of forced entry or escape. Who killed Aileen Seiden, and how did they vanish without a trace? This is the chilling mystery of Room 15, a case filled with dead ends, eerie clues, and an unsettling truth that will leave you questioning everything you think you know about justice. Chapter 1, The Quiet Motel on the Outskirts. On the outskirts of Willow Springs, a quiet town with a dark past, stands the Willow Inn, a modest motel that most travelers overlook. Known for its simple rooms and affordable rates, the inn was rarely fully booked, but it had a steady stream of guests. It was the kind of place where people stopped to rest for a night and left without a second thought. The events that unfolded on July 13, 2016, would change that forever. Aileen Seiden, a 32-year-old traveling journalist, checked into Room 15 that evening. She was on assignment covering local legends of the paranormal, and the Willow Inn had an eerie history that intrigued her. But by the next morning, Aileen would be dead, leaving behind a mystery that no one could solve. A chilling discovery. The next morning, a cleaning staff member named Maria entered Room 15, expecting the usual checkout procedure. Instead, she found Aileen lying motionless on the floor near the window. Maria immediately called for help, but it was too late. Aileen was dead. The scene inside Room 15 was unsettling. Aileen's belongings were scattered around, but there were no signs of a struggle, and the door had been locked from the inside. Police were called to investigate, but the circumstances of her death raised more questions than answers. Was this a murder, a suicide, or something unexplainable? And why was the door locked from the inside? The initial investigation. The police arrived within the hour and quickly secured Room 15. They found Aileen's cell phone on the bed, her laptop open, and her notes scattered across the desk. Her last entry was particularly haunting. "Something feels wrong. I keep hearing footsteps outside the door, but no one is there." As investigators scoured the room, they discovered several strange clues. The window was slightly open, and there were faint, muddy footprints leading from it to the door. However, the footprints abruptly ended, as if the person had vanished into thin air. An autopsy confirmed that Aileen had suffered blunt force trauma to the head, but no weapon was found. Detectives were baffled. There were no suspects, no witnesses, and no signs of forced entry. The theories begin. As news of Aileen's death spread, theories emerged. Some believed that she had been attacked by an intruder who somehow managed to escape through the locked door or window. Others speculated that Aileen was the victim of a supernatural encounter. After all, she was investigating paranormal legends, and Room 15 was rumored to be haunted. Local legend claimed that a former hotel guest named Jacob Kane had died mysteriously in Room 15 back in 1978. Guests since then reported strange occurrences, unexplained footsteps, flickering lights, and a feeling of being watched. Had Aileen encountered something beyond human understanding, or was there a more earthly explanation? The missing key. During their investigation, the police noticed something unusual. The spare key to Room 15 was missing from the hotel's front desk. The motel manager, Frank Turner, insisted that only he and trusted employees had access to the keys, but one of the night staff, Dylan, had been acting strangely since Aileen's death. When questioned, Dylan admitted he had been on duty the night Aileen checked in, but he denied any involvement in her death. He claimed to have seen a man loitering outside Room 15 around midnight, but when pressed for details, he became evasive, saying he couldn't remember what the man looked like. Was Dylan hiding something, or was he simply afraid? The unsettling surveillance footage. The police requested surveillance footage from the motel's cameras, hoping to catch a glimpse of anyone suspicious near Room 15. What they found was disturbing. At 12:47 a.m., the footage showed Aileen looking out of her window, seemingly talking to someone outside. However, the camera angle didn't capture who, or what, she was looking at. Moments later, the lights in her room flickered, and Aileen stepped back, disappearing from the camera's view. The footage cut off abruptly due to an apparent technical glitch, resuming at 1:15 a.m. with an empty hallway and silence. The brief blackout in the footage fueled more questions. Had someone tampered with the cameras, or was this just a strange coincidence? The paranormal connection. The discovery of the footage reignited suspicions of a supernatural presence. Paranormal investigators were brought in, eager to explore Room 15 and uncover any traces of lingering spirits. They claimed to have picked up an energy in the room, detecting cold spots and capturing faint whispers on their recording devices. One chilling EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, seemed to whisper, "Get out." Many believed this voice could belong to Jacob Kane, the guest who had died in Room 15 decades prior. Skeptics dismissed these findings, but believers were convinced that Aileen had been silenced by a spirit who didn't want her uncovering the truth. A new lead emerges. Just when the case seemed to be going cold, a new piece of evidence emerged. A regular guest at the inn, who had stayed in room 16, recalled hearing muffled voices and a loud thud from room 15 around midnight. She initially dismissed it as an argument or accident but later reported it to the police. Investigators revisited Dylan, the night staff, pressing him about his strange behavior. After hours of interrogation, Dylan confessed that he had entered Aileen's room earlier in the evening, hoping to warn her about the strange occurrences in room 15. But he insisted he left long before midnight and didn't harm her. With no concrete evidence against Dylan, the police were forced to let him go. But his odd behavior continued to cast a shadow of doubt. The final twist. Months passed, and Aileen's case seemed destined to remain unsolved. But then, in an unexpected twist, a letter arrived at the local police station. It was unsigned, with only the words, "I know who killed Aileen Seiden in room 15." The letter detailed the events of that fateful night, describing how someone had hidden in the shadows, waiting for Aileen to be alone. It hinted that Aileen's killer was close to her, perhaps even someone she had trusted. Despite the letter's chilling details, the police could not trace it to any specific person. Was this the work of a guilty conscience, or another cruel prank? With no suspects and little evidence, the case grew colder by the day. The legacy of room 15. To this day, the death of Aileen Seiden remains one of the most haunting unsolved mysteries at the Willow Inn. Room 15 was permanently closed, and staff refused to enter without a partner. Paranormal enthusiasts, amateur sleuths, and the curious continue to visit the motel, hoping to uncover the truth. Many believe that Aileen's spirit lingers in the room, waiting for justice, while others are certain that room 15 is cursed, forever haunted by the dark secrets it holds. The case of Aileen Seiden's death remains unsolved, a chilling reminder that some mysteries are never meant to be unraveled. Was she the victim of a human killer, or did something far more sinister take her life that stormy night? Until the truth is known, room 15 at the Willow Inn will continue to captivate and terrify those who dare to investigate its secrets.
Thank you for watching this episode from The Lures of the Past. If you enjoyed this journey into mystery and intrigue, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when our next tale from the past goes live.